Thank you, Madame Radavie. Friends of the free Iran, ladies and gentlemen. The issue of Iran is main concern for the community of nations. It's an issue that we have all time in the press in front of our eyes. When it is not issue of the regime efforts to acquire nuclear weapons, it is because it's meddling in the Middle East and supporting dictatorships in Iraq and Syria. And when it is not for these two, it is for the human rights, violence and repression of its own people in the country. Reuters reported just a few days ago that its increase in exhortations in Iran has destroyed the hopes of the United Nations for the reform of the Rouhani's cabinet. UN High Commission for the Human Rights said on Friday that this year, 2014, it's beginning that at least 80 people, perhaps 95 people, have been executed in Iran this year. This is sharp increase in the use of the death penalty that have shunned away the hope for the reform of the human rights on the Rouhani. It is the past 7 weeks executions have increased. Unfortunately, the new government has not changed its approach towards the death penalty. We must ask ourselves why last year from 660 recorded executions, 2/3 happening during Rouhani's presidency. We are faced with the paradoxical situation. On the one hand, the regime tries to pretend to the international public opinion that it seeks dialogue and negotiation and wants to move toward the moderation. And on the other hand, more suppression inside the country, and as it will be witnessed past week in the western province of Iran. People who are fed up their living conditions and the presence of them and their families through various eliminations take to the streets and want to overthrow of the regime. In this particular case of the natural and the cultural identity of well-known ethnic minority was insulted by the state's television. This is understood that why the regime in this situation constantly is plotting against the organized opposition. France, after this massacre of the 1st September last year of the Camp Ashraf, we had seen many international condemnation from the foreign affairs ministries as well as NGOs and parliamentarians, but the responsibility of the Iraq government in this crime was not adequately paid attention to neither by the US government nor the UN and our governments. 6 UN independent experts bodies highlighted this on the 9th September of the last year. This means that an independent investigation should be done about this crime. Meanwhile, we have witnesses recently. The Iraq government secretly buried and bodies of these 52 victims without their families or relatives being present. We would not let them whitewash this crime. This is possible through the efforts of all of us. Thank you.